Hello again and welcome to Ndudu Fafa.
Hello, family. Thank you again for tuning in. Now, thanks to my cousin who visited me when I was poorly and brought me some Chofi, which is turkey tail, and this is a classic Ghanaian street food. I've not had it for ages, considering during my secondary school days. Yes, some fried Chofi and yam. Yes, please. So I'm going down memory lane, and of course the turkey tail came through frozen, so I had to defrost it, and that was when I realized how fatty it was. But then again, when we used to buy it, when it's fried, it really is fatty, and that flavor in itself is something that, I would like to emulate or extract that flavor and use it for another recipe. So yes, the fats that I'm cutting off the turkey, I'm not going to throw it away. I'll be using it for another recipe. But equally as well, I won't be frying this because I find it quite fatty. So I will be using my clay pot for this recipe. Absolutely. So I'll leave a little bit of fat around the meat, and that could render itself into the meat and just make it more flavorful. So now that I've got this, I'm going to reserve the fat bits as I mentioned earlier. And if you'd like me to share that recipe, do leave your comments below. After removing the fat off the turkey, I've now placed it in the bowl and I'm squeezing the juice of one lemon. You can use your lime if that's what you have available. And I'm going to mix everything together and allow the meat to sit in the juice for at least an hour in the refrigerator. Now, after an hour, I'll take it out and I'll give it a rinse. So after the rinse, I'm now going to be adding my salt to taste. And now you do have the option of using the West African vegan 3 Chilli Pesto, which includes sun-dried tomatoes, but primarily it has all the essential West African flavors. So you'd find things like calabash nutmeg in there, grains of salim is absolutely aromatic. Or you have the option of also using our piri piri blend, which of course has that citrusy, spicy base, and it's also smoky and just incredible. So the choice is yours, and these are available on buyndudu.com. So here I've added my piri piri blend and I am mixing everything together until it's well combined. Now, of course, there is no need for you to add any oil to your marinade because, of course, the turkey tail is fatty in its own nature. And then again, I have let some of the fat pieces in there, and that's going to render itself in the clay pot later when I slow cook this. Now, at this point, you need to preheat your oven to 180 degrees, yes. And then allow this to marinate for an hour, yet again, in the refrigerator. Once you're ready to cook, bring the meat out and allow it to come up to room temperature, which should take you about 10 to 15 minutes. So now, to my clay pot, I've now added some onions. Yes, because I love the sweetness of the onions. And it would also act as a base at the bottom of the clay pot so that the meat can sit on top of it. So any fat or anything can render itself as well into the onions. And then I could have that beautiful juice coming through. Now, so for the onions, I'll be adding some precursor blend, which adds or enhances the sweetness of onions. Yes. Now, if you noticed, I do not use any artificial flavors at all to enhance the flavors of my dishes. I tend to use centuries old recipes or remedies in creating all these blends. So something like the precursor, which is a fruit as well, it's sweet and has this slightly woody taste, and of course onions as well become sweeter. So that in itself is going to add that sweet flavor that we're looking for. And of course, the salt as well just enhances that flavor. So naturally, I just place the marinated turkey tail on top of the onions. My oven is preheated to 180 degrees. And I ensure that I scrape all that marinade into the pot. And so, yes, I'm going to be baking this in the oven for 35 minutes at 180 degrees. And that would ensure that when you open it or you take it out of the oven, you get this kind of effect. Now, the beauty about the clay pot is it retains the heat for at least another 20 minutes after you've taken it out of the oven. So yes, here I'm just serving my turkey tail, which has got that marmalade look. And look at the onions, just soft and beautiful. So yes, here's our pièce de résistance, Avanuka, Adokougbi. Turkey tail. Now I'm sure you're getting all excited and you're going to get your fried yam and you're going to go down memory lane. Now look at this, your mouth they jump. Now you can sprinkle this with some chili flakes, or also you can try a Xorla barbecue rub, which has that nutty West African base flavor, absolutely, and that gives it that aromatic nutty base. So you're biting into that thing spicy, aromatic, and you're getting that nutty hint coming through. Don't forget your fried yam. Yes, I have already covered fried yam recipe, and I'll leave a link in the description box so you can make that. And also, if you'd like any of my atadi sauces, which have been slow cooked in a clay pot, yes, just the way I'll say our ancestors used to make them. And if you read the reviews, everybody just says, oh my gosh, this sauce is just like the way my grandma used to make it. Yes, it's a centuries old recipe that has been used in curating this, and that's why I always make it in a fresh batch. And yes, and then it sells out. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But here I'll just say, open your mouth, let me feed you now. Yeah, me wodala. And also you can serve this with any of the fresh fruit juices that I have shared. And there is a goat meat version as well, which I did years ago. I'll leave a link in the description box. Now, if you'd like to purchase any of the spice blends and seasonings in support of a small business, yes, you can find that on buyndudu.com. And yes, you have got a plethora of flavors that will cater to all your needs. If anything at all, you can also find traditional African recipes on my blog, indudubyfafa.blogspot.com. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok as well, and Snapchat as Ndudu by Fafa. So pass by and say hi. Noel, thank you very much for my theme song. And until my next recipe, kings and queens, take care of you, be nice, be beautiful, be gorgeous, and guess what? I love you for you. Thank you very much for watching. Toodles.